Reportedly, one of the current topics being discussed by the organisers of F1 is to institute a salary cap for drivers as an added means to curb spending in F1. This could mean a significant salary cut for the likes of Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton and his team principal, Toto Wolff, have now given their opinion on this. I'm your host, Dylan Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Hamilton and Wolff have their say on a cap on driver salary. Hamilton started off by explaining if the drivers were aware of the possibility of a salary cap. I didn't even know that was being discussed. I think from the driver's point of view, it's a surprise for us. He then revealed when they did come to know of this. We obviously heard of the idea a while ago. I think it was last year in France, but it's the first we've heard of it this week. It's something that we think is important, that the GPDA works closely with Formula 1 to discuss and get into discussions on how they move forwards. Toto Wolff gave the team's perspective on this. I think the discussion around this topic is a very emotional thing. Formula 1 teams, in order to be sustainable long-term and attractive as a sports franchises, need to show profitability, like any other company out there, and I think we all need to achieve that. On the other side, it's clear that drivers, the ones that are in Formula 1, are the best in the world, should earn high salaries like all the other top stars in sport. Those salaries are limited to what they are getting from the team, because the scope of promoting the brand, endorsement deals, etc., and their rights are very limited. Wolff summed up the situation by suggesting how it should be approached. That's why it will be interesting to sit at a table with representatives of the drivers and the drivers themselves to see how we can align ourselves long term so that everybody's benefiting from a growth in Formula 1 and, like American sports have done, without really harming future earnings for the drivers. Fast feed. Former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher thinks that Ferrari went in the direction of Leclerc with all the technical upgrades, which has put their other driver Sebastian Vettel at a disadvantage. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko added that everything about Sebastian's car has to be right, otherwise he'll start having doubts. That's why he had problems with Ricciardo in 2014. Aldo Costa, the former technical director of Mercedes, has revealed that the team atmosphere at Mercedes left him speechless and that it was fun to work there. He further elaborated that this was because there is unity, there is no politics, and most of all, there is a climate of no blame, which is crucial. Dutch Grand Prix sporting director Jan Lammers feels that Hamilton is certainly not ready to leave F1 without breaking the record of the most drivers' championships. Former F1 world champion Jacques Villeneuve is of the opinion that Alex Albon does not deserve his place at Red Bull. Albon is the worst second driver ever at Red Bull. He further added that Albon is only there by virtue of his passport, because half of the company is owned by a Thai, and that is why he is protected. Former F1 driver Robert Dornbos pointed out how Racing Point's Lance Stroll wasted his front wing quite uselessly in the first lap, and then skittled his front jackman upside down. That's the most embarrassing thing that can happen as a driver, according to Dornbos. Marshals were spotted on track even after backmarkers were asked to go full speed to overtake the safety car at Imola, and an FIA spokesperson has confirmed that race control was made aware of the issue. He further added that they are evaluating whether any changes can be made to the procedures currently in place to further protect the marshals and officials and minimise the likelihood of a recurrence in the future. McLaren's technical director James Key has stated that it seems to have almost picked up from where they left off when they installed a Mercedes engine to their car. And he further divulged there were no nasty surprises, no negative points have popped up at all. It has all been pretty normal and some pleasant surprises actually in some cases. Should there be a driver salary cap in F1? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.